as I said in the beginning, that this is a disappointing but not an unexpected judgment. And we are sorry to keep you waiting and to change the press conference times, but we have waited for 66 days for this judgment. And on the 66th day, when it was announced at 10:30 in the morning, the copy was made available about 10 minutes before I started this press conference. But be that as it may, let me submit to you that the jurisprudence found in this judgment, which I will summarize in a moment at the end, is unique and extraordinary. For want of a better word, I will say that it has no parallel or precedent in the jurisprudence of the law of defamation, with which the whole country is familiar. I had, in my earlier press addresses on this topic with you, pointed out that the core legal issue is whether a undefined, amorphous group, not even defined in any way, any statute, any identifiable legal definition, how on earth can any member of this group, variously described to number 13 crores or 10 crores, anyone get up and have locus to claim defamation? In this case, without answering this question, I repeat, without answering this core question which I have raised, not only in the arguments there, but before you in the press conference, the court appears to hold indirectly, without directly answering, that any member of that 13 crore or 10 crore community can stand up and say, I've been defamed. Without showing, number two, again not addressed, any personal loss or damage, and without, most importantly, showing how the accused, Sri Rahul Gandhi, has shown malice, which is an essential ingredient of this offence of defamation, in that 1.5 sentence in an otherwise 3-page speech at Kolar in Karnataka. I would submit before you that possibly there is not a single case or precedent in the law of defamation in India anywhere where there is an intersection of the allegation of such a large community being defamed, A, B, the intersection that any member of that community can stand up and file defamation, and C, without showing any personal loss, damage or malice by the accused. The justifications which we have seen 10 minutes before today's meeting by the judgment do not address these issues at all. The other thing which has escaped everyone, despite our very specific case setup, indeed much of this was said before you in the press conference, is that possibly the boot is on the other leg. The malice cannot be with the accused here. The malice appears to be with the class which is filing diverse complaints across the country. These cases, always the other side refers to so many cases against Rahul Gandhi. Number one, they forget that those cases which they refer to, on not one of them is he convicted. He is an accused, holding an allegation, not a convict. Second, all the complainants in those diverse cases are part of an orchestrated attempt. Each one of them is an office bearer, big, small or medium, of the BJP. So that clearly it is an orchestrated political campaign. Therefore, the question arises, this pattern, if at all, shows a clear motivated pattern, far from showing or even demonstrating any malice in the hands of the accused. It shows the malice on the hands of the complainants, assuming that they can be complainants in respect of such an amorphous community. There is this rather sad and completely illegal reference today at 10:30 after 66 days in the announcement at 10:30 by the High Court about a Veer Savarkar issue, forgetting, contrary to law, how this can be made a major basis of this judgment. It is a major basis because it finds specific paragraph 63 mention in this judgment. Forgetting that this Veer Savarkar complaint was filed in end of April 2023, 1 month after the current Kolar complaint had started in March 2023. Forgetting that it was not pleaded, not the basis of the other side's case, on the last day, on 2nd of May, when the arguments were being wrapped up, in my physical presence, a cutting of a newspaper was handed across the bar, which mentioned another complaint about Veer Savarkar issue. That can hardly be the basis, as it appears to have become in para 63 of today's judgment, of an adverse order against Rahul Gandhi. It's against all canons of fair play, natural justice. It's against all canons of decision making to bring in extraneous facts like this thrown across the bar in a press cutting at the last day. Friends, this is a much larger issue. It is not an issue about Sri Rahul Gandhi, not an issue about me, you or him. The larger issue is how these desperate, blatant, open attempts to throttle the arena of free speech, सच बोलने वाले अखाड़े को किस प्रकार से गला घोटा जाए. It is, whether it's a political leader or a journalist, the idea is to throttle your free expression, free thought and free statement. And that is why this affects each of the courts we may have lost. The court to which we are now going, the apex court, but above all, it affects the court of the Janta, the largest court, the conscience of that court, the Janta court, which according to us has absorbed and realized the basic fact that the cottage industry of the BJP, based on vendetta, has unleashed these diverse complaint filing activities across the length and breadth of the country. For what? To throttle Rahul Gandhi's voice. Why? Because Rahul Gandhi fearlessly speaks the truth. Because Rahul Gandhi is not intimidated by such pressure tactics and harassment and continues to expose you, be it on China, be it on demonetization, be it on the sad economic situation of unemployment and inflation. Friends, the judgments which we have now received do not address the three issues I have already mentioned. They don't address many other issues. The combination of circumstances which led to this complainant against Rahul Gandhi himself going and getting a stay against his own proceeding for many months, and then strategically and perhaps on auspicious days withdrawing his own stay to enable him to get a judgment which became the impugned judgment of the Sessions Court within about 6 weeks. That whole episode with dates has been put by me before you in my press conferences of 23rd March and 24th of March and on 20th April. And I'm not going to repeat them. Furthermore, I had said on those press conferences, and I'm taking a minute on that, because it appears that my statements there have become, the predictions there have become self-fulfilling prophecies. I had said that it signifies the systemic, repetitive emasculation of democratic institutions and therefore the strangulation of democracy itself. It signifies the harassment and oppression by telling you that, look, if you think free, speak free, act free, you will be visited with the worst possible criminal, civil and other consequences, including incarceration. Well, that is the larger issue, and for that issue, Rahul Gandhi will always stand firm and straight. Friends, we have full faith in the judiciary and in particular in the apex court where we are now proceeding. We have no doubt that this intersection of arrogance and infallibility shown by this government of the day and the ruling party of the day will be dealt with properly in the Supreme Court. Thank you so much.